Hi everyone, this is Cindy and I'm doing a flip through of this bee journal. It is a large one. It measures 5.5 by 9.5, so it's pretty tall. At least it seems bigger than what I've been used to lately. I decorated the spine with fabric. It's got the bee fabric, the beehives on it. It's got yellow rickrack around the edges, and on the front I made one of these little stitch clusters. And then this is from the kit, Hello Susan's Vintage Bees, which I use. And this is just a layered flower I got at Hobby Lobby a while ago. And I like it that, you know, the colors all tie in. Even the blue here matches the blue on the paper. On the signature spines, I wanted buttons, and I found just these 3 vintage buttons and tied those on. On the back, I did a little stenciling with the beehive stencil. Okay, it's closed with a hair tie and post closure. There are 144 pages, and anything else I need to say? I think that's it for the front, so let's start looking at it. Like I said, I used a variety of, I used the Hello Susan's Vintage Bees. Grab my chair. And then I used several other kits, and I mentioned them in another video, and I'll try to link that video below. If I don't, it's just a few videos below this, a couple of them. So anyway, one of the kits I used was Artology's 44 seed packets, and I just took the printout, which I just printed on regular paper, and I glued it and stitched around it, and then I glued it onto a sack I just made out of book page. So I put that in the front, and I have this tag I made out of book pages, some lined paper stitched around, and just fussy cut images. And the bee is from the Hello Susan's Vintage Bees kit. This is just another cluster of different fabrics and a little fabric flower. Okay, this is from the Hello, I keep calling it Hello Susan, but it was Vintage Bees kit. And you'll see several different things from the kit, obviously, and I'll try not to keep saying it's from the kit, but like this one is from the kit, and she had, I don't remember how many pages there were, a couple of collage sheets or tear sheets, and some ephemera like that. Now this, I have no idea where it came from. It's in my stash, some freebie from somewhere, so there's going to be a couple of things like that I just don't remember. Okay, this bee came from Pixel Scrappers, and it's also mentioned in that video, which I'll try to link. And this butterfly and a couple of, I guess all the, well, no, this butterfly I cut from a book. I'm not going to say all the butterflies were, because who knows. I know that one was. Okay, so signature cover. I had a book. It was on character building, and it did nature things like different animals, and it tied in, you know, not American, sorry about that, human characters traits in with, you know, represented in the animals. I don't know, I didn't read the book or anything, but that's just what I gathered from it. So anyway, that's where I got these signature pages. It's a really big book and really thick, nice pages, and you'll see why I picked those later, not necessarily because of this one page, because I collaged over a lot of it. And this has got some writing space here. That's actually a label from an old 3.5 floppy disk, and then scrapbook paper. I figured you could write on it, and just different elements. So anyway, it opens up, you can write inside. This is coffee dyed paper. This is Edith Holden, and I was just thinking when I was flipping through, I should have saved this page for the farm journals I'm going to do, but anyway, I put March in here. This is from, I just looked it up. Okay, it's called Bountiful Heirlooms.blogspot, and she has a lot of freebies, and a lot of the bee stuff came from her, and this page actually came from her. So I'm sure she intended it to be a tear up collage sheet, but I loved it, so I just kept the whole thing in here. Well, what would fit in the journal. All right. From the Vintage Bees kit, from the Bountiful Blogspot kit. You really must watch that video, because I explain in more detail what's from each kit, and I forgot to ink this, so I grabbed my inker real quick, and we'll just take care of that. So anyway, the bee facts, like I said, came from that Bountiful Heirlooms Blogspot. Page from a book, I think it was from the same book I got the butterflies. It had things about, you know, insects too. This is a page from the Vintage Bees kit. I just stenciled on the back of it. Some deli paper just for crunch and fun. This was from another, I think it was a children's book on bees and wasps, so of course it had great pages. I didn't collage over any of these because I figured it's got good facts. If you get this book and you want to cover some of this stuff up, of course it's your book, you can do what you want. I showed this pocket I made out of layers of book page and then just napkins decorating it, and this is from the kit. I just put it on some lined paper, and sandwiched between it is a lot of book pages just to make it stiffer. This is like a bookmark that Pam at the Paper Outpost shows how to do on her YouTube channel and also on her Facebook group. You just take a piece of junk mail, wrap book page around it, and then just decorate it. Okay. This is from mine. I just made a master board with just a bunch of different elements on it and just put it on the copy machine and just made, it could be a scrapbook, I mean, collage page, you know, tear it up, but I just used it as a page in the journal. Stenciled on the back. This is coffee dyed line paper. I just put this paper cluster on there. Here's another one of those pages from that book. The center of the signature is from the Vintage Bees kit. Here's a library pocket I made out of an old vintage book page. You can see all the wonderful coloring. This is from the Vintage Bees kit. Let me see how good you guys can see. I don't think I can. Oh, I can zoom in. Okay, I'll try to stand frame. This was from the kit. This is from the Blogspot Vintage Heirlooms. Another book page. Okay, on this side of the lined paper, I did one of these little, I don't even know what I'm calling it. It's just a bunch of bits glued on there and just randomly, and, you know, whatever I have in my little bit box, and I add to it all the time. So we got a little bit of fabric, a fabric flower, and just some stamps where I've stamped the bees, the bee, and then the feather, and then just different elements from different places. So just makes a little border on this page. It's my page. This is the back side of the signature, so we're seeing everything, all the papers repeated. This comes with the kit, and I made this guest check and just added that picture on there that I fussy cut out because I like the colors. So maybe they're having some lemonade in the garden. This is from that book, and just the colors are just perfect with this kit. This is some of the fabric of beehives, and you'll see this in another journal because I put it on the spine instead of this fabric. So just kind of change things up. We got a little bit of lace and a fabric flower. This is, I think, one of those things, you know, you mark people's table settings where they're sitting at a table, and it had the beehive, so I just put it in there so you can journal on the inside. How about this at an antique shop? It was just some kind of like green stamps, except they're red, and I don't know, I just put them in there. I like the colors of them. I think sometimes, you know, when I first started doing watching junk journals, everything's vintage, 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 and people had all this vintage stuff in them. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And it's kind of evolved away from that. So every once in a while, I like to go back and just add something in there, if I've got it. From the kit, I just put some a punch behind it that's scalloped book page. This is from, I'm pretty sure that's from the, oh, I haven't mentioned them. Yeah, I have, pixelscrappers.com. It's a freebie from there. Here's Edith again. From a magazine or something, had the bee on it, so I kept him. He's just on layers of book page to make a pocket. Same thing about layers of book page here to ink this. Line paper on the back, 3 or 4 layers of book page just to give it some thickness. And then I just put some more of that napkin on there. Here is the back of the signature, and this is why I picked these pages, because there was a whole section on bees. So I didn't cover any of it up if it was about bees, so that's obviously something you can do if you want. Same way on the next signature. We've got bees on the signature pages. I just added a little paper here and a little bee here Just you can write there, just add a little decoration on the page. It wasn't covering up much. Okay, jelly paper. This is one of those pages I cannot remember where I got it from. And just a little ding on my phone. I don't know. So if anyone recognizes it, please tell me. All right, this is some Eco Dye paper that Robin sent me, and I made it into a pocket. Didn't do a thing to it. I wasn't going to try to cover up any part of it. It's just great. From the blog spot, Bountiful Heirlooms. This page was from, I have it in there really crooked. Look at that. Cut it crooked. I got it all over here. Antique Papery. Bird Lover 2, I think, is where this came from, this paper. This is from a book. It's on honey. This is from the kit. This is from a box of Kleenexes. I kept that on there just to show what it was. If you want to cover it up, then that's great. But I just left it on there. Tag made out of lined paper, layers of book page, and some old vintage paper. Book page on the front is actually written in French. It was from a cookbook, and added just these different elements I cut out of a book, stamped, and then stamped. And then this element is just 3 things I'm thankful for. Right on the back, you can write here. I put a butterfly on it. There's something unique about this and why it's in this journal, and I mentioned it at the very end of this video, so you have to watch all the way to the end and you'll find out about it. This is a coin envelope that it's from the Bountiful Heirlooms blog spot, and I guess that's the original size, and here it is. I guess I printed it bigger. Wow, bigger would have been nice. I'm not sure. So if I shrunk it down to fit, I don't know. But anyway, I've got a bigger version here from my other journal, and it is the same. Yes, I don't have it upside down. This actually, there is a, yeah, the tab is there. It has this tab, but I folded it down because it's on the front of the envelope and not the back like that. So, but that puts the B in the writing upside down. So I'm not sure about this journal. I guess I just did it wrong. This is the flap. Anyway, the flap is on the front. And I just thought it would get in the way, so I glued it down on this one. Anyway, 2 skinny tags for here. Just one I made and just added some elements to. Blue line paper, and that's yellow ledger paper. It's from the kit. Okay, now these hexagon shapes are from Pixel Scrappers. I thought they'd be fun to write on because it has the lines and also makes cute little tuck spots from the kit, and it's got some fabric behind it. That is also from the kit. All right, center the signature. I just spent like 20 minutes on my computer trying to figure out where I got this. I can't find it. I thought I knew, but I don't know. So anyway, if anyone recognizes this, let me know, because I probably will use it more, and I just printed it out the other day, so I'm not sure how I could have forgotten so soon. But anyway, I did. So sorry about that. Yes, I just made this into a tuck, and just a journaling booklet. Obviously, it's got blank paper on it. This is some stiff ribbon, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. Some stickers at Hobby Lobby. This time I used one of the hexagon as a tuck spot. This is from Pixel Bee Scrap. I keep wanting to say Pixel Bee. That's another website. Pixel Scrappers. Made it into a tuck or pocket. It's from the blog spot, Bountiful Heirlooms. This is something I printed off too, so I'm not sure where I got it, but I just had a little space on my page when I was printing, so I just put some of this to fill up the blank. You know, I don't want to waste any part of that photo paper when I'm printing, so I just try to fill every bit of it up. So I got that from somewhere, and then I put a little stamp on it. It's got a B and the word majestic, which came from Kerr, G.I. Kerr. She's on YouTube. This journal had a lot of digital items in it. This paper, I didn't talk about it. I made it myself. I had some a notebook that had a bunch of this typewriting pages in it, so I just tore them up, inked them, and glued them down to a master board, and just took it to my copier, made a copy of it, made it into a page. Honey. I found this when I was looking for papers for the signature, and I thought I forgot all about these. I think they're from an address book, so I just glued it on here. Great colors, got lines. Put the butterfly on there, and this bee is actually a paper clip, and it's on here because he's holding down this page, which it had something. This is the back of the signature, the ones that has to do with characters and bees, and I just collaged over this because it wasn't really what I wanted. Just a whole bunch of different stuff. It's got a couple places you can write on it. That's from a napkin. And then on this side, did a little more collaging and took a card, made this little beehive a side pocket. Yellow paper, it was an invoice. You can kind of see that through here. Put a butterfly on it. It's all journaling spots, and this bee closes it up. Okay, next signature. Had blank paper. I just wasn't going to cover it up because you can write on it, but I did add another one of those little handmade fabric clusters with the bee on it. And look, it opens up to this. So it's gorgeous. Nothing I can do will improve that. So this is again from that book on character. So all this had a lot of good writing space. So I made another library pocket out of an old page from one of those 5-ring binders on gardening. This just happened to be on insects, and I just put different collage elements on it, and then 2 little journaling cards or tags. Copy paper, that book we've seen. This is actually the collage sheet from the kit, but I just used it as a book page. A signature page. This is a page from a National Geographic magazine from a long time ago. It was a freebie somewhere. I want to say maybe Junk Journal Junkies. I don't know. I've had it a long time. And it folds just perfectly. The 2 pictures. You'll see the other one in a minute. So makes a great page for a signature. This pocket is 2 book pages, 2 corners. A little corner tuck, just some collage work there, and some washi tape, and then just made little journaling cards and tags there. This is a pocket I've made, and I showed them in another video. I had a book on bartending, bartending. And most of the pictures were these gorgeous pictures of cocktails and stuff. And I thought, well, I really don't see how I'll be able to use it. But sometimes you could fold the pages, and the colors were just great. And like on the back of this pocket, if you could see down in there, you would see the glass of the cocktail with the lemon thing in it, piece of lemon in it. So, but you can't see that now, so we don't have to worry about it. And it's got the little tag in there. And I forgot that there's a pocket there. So. You know what I didn't put in here? I didn't put any of those bee cards. The plain cards with the bees on them. So I will put some of those in here. I don't know where I put them. I'll find them. Anyway, I'll put something in there to be a surprise. I made a little pocket, just folding origami fold to make a little cup. And I like this here because it kind of matches the colors here. And there's 2 little versions of those. Yellow copy paper from the kit. This paper is great. It looks like burlap. It is from Pixel Scrapper, so it was a free download. And okay, on this page, Robin, I used one of your selvage, I don't know what you call them, blocks, I guess. I cut it in half. It was really hard for me to do, to cut it in half, but I made a fabric flip out of it. Added a little rickrack, so here it is. I got this idea from Pam with the paper Outpost. She was making flowers. She put 2 of them and made them like tucks together, but I didn't make the flowers. I just already had these circles, so I thought that'd be a cute little tuck that's different. And this is cut from my children's dictionary, talking about honeycombs and honey. So it's just an informational thing you can write on the back. Here's the page. I have another paper clip here. It's the beehive. Just made like a faux stamp. And this is a photo. Not photo. It was from one of the, I think it may have been from the Pixel Scrappers. Either that or the Bountiful Heirlooms. You know, can't remember. It was a circle and I just tore it out and then put it on this circle of paper I cut out with my punch. This is from the kit. Here's the other side of that Reader's Digest, not Reader's Digest, National Geographic book. So it's neat. And I printed it on a typing paper, so it's just got a great feel to it. Another pocket. This is an index card covered with fabric. Same fabric that's on the spine. Just wanted to highlight that high because he's kind of big and it gets lost on the spine. So now he's highlighted here. Another booklet with blank papers, some ribbon, and then this image from the kit. And this is the signature cover again. We got bees. Have another one of these hive fact cards from Beautiful Heirlooms Blogspot, and these were just two things cut from books. One on honeybee and this one's on swarms. I put them on journaling cards, so in case you didn't want them, they're easy to either cover over or get rid of. I mean, the picture of the swarm's not the best thing, but anyway, you can write on it still if you want. And I just put them here in the back just for extra writing space. Okay, that's it. This is going to be for sale on my Etsy shop, Books by Burke, if you're interested. And oh yeah, and keep watching because I'm talking about that little journaling card. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Cindy, and I'm finished with the speed journal except for one thing. When I was making this, there's two things actually. I just realized I haven't put anything on my signature string, so I'll get that done. But when I was making this, I had a lot of bee stuff, so I made new pockets, new journaling cards, new tags. I didn't use anything from my stash. And I've decided I'm going to do a challenge for myself from now on. Once I get a journal, finished or almost finished, I'm going to take my big tub of stuff from my stash. Let me get it. This is tag stuff. And I probably should do the same thing with my pocket tub before I start the journal. But anyway, here's all the stuff that's already made or almost made. So here's my challenge to myself. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to pick one thing out, and I have to make it work in this journal, regardless of what it is. So here we go. This is the first attempt to try this. And I promise you, my eyes are closed. I haven't looked through any of this. I mean, I've been through it before, but I don't get very far because it's too overwhelming. So I'm just going to feel around, and then I'm just going to land on something and pull it out. And that has to work somehow in my journal. Okay, so we're going to do it. Okay, 3 things I'm thankful for, which is not a bad little thing to put in there. So, and it's got a bird that kind of goes with our bee theme. So this is taken from a book I bought. It went with a some sort of Bible class, and you had to, after each session of it, you had to fill out, there was like 4 or 5 things on this page, and this was one of them. So that's where it came from. So I took the page, and I can tell I put it on cardstock so it's thicker, and you can see where I've glued it, where it's kind of bubbled up. So okay, so it really actually could go in there like that. I do have a little extra bee here. We could have the bee buzzing around somewhere, or maybe just a flower. I think a flower would work just as well. I can find one over here. Got, let's see, a flower. How about a flower with, no, then it covers that up. I was trying to say a flower with a butterfly. We can have another bird, but he's too realistic. That one's not. I think maybe just a butterfly on there. Gives it a little color, and it doesn't cover up any of the words. So let me just ink around. I cut this from a book. You can see the back of it. And this book had a lot of bees and butterflies and not bees, butterflies in it and flowers. So I'll be fussy cutting from it for a long time. Okay, so just going to ink this up. And maybe. I'm almost out of ink, but I'm determined, not glue. I'm almost out of glue, but I'm determined I'm using it up. Not gonna go just buy another bottle. So I have to wait a little bit on it. Okay, so we have a little journaling card. You can fill out the 3 things you're thankful for, plus you can write on the back. It's something I made up a long time ago. I'm talking well over a year. And yeah, we're gonna put it in the journal. And since my journal is tall, this might be the perfect journal for it, because I don't think you'd ever get it in a journal that way. It would have to be the height. And let's see. I have a lot of stuff in a lot of the pockets. That one only has one thing, and it's a pretty, yep, we'll just put it there, except he kind of is hidden there a little bit, but it'd be a little surprise when you pull him out to what he is. Okay, so now that's this video. The next one I'm going to do is, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this at the end of the flip through video, because that'd be kind of like a fun little surprise at the end. So anyway, I'm going to start the flip through, and I will add this video to it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Bye.